Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Juggernauts channel. I'm joined here with WJ. WJ, how's it going?
It's going, Jerry. It's going good, Jerry. I mean, we got fucking AEW full gear tonight, Jerry, and
Full gear.
I'm just about to order that, Jerry. Psych! How you gonna order that shit, Jerry, for $50? Hell no, Jerry! I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna tell you why there. It's not worth paying $50 for this shit in this video here. Some matches might be okay. They might turn out to be okay wrestling, a few of them. Is it worth $50 though to see the Young Bucks do the same thing they do, a 20-minute match? They already do the same thing for free on Wednesday night. Same match with the same kind of guys every week. Why do I pay $50 to watch a different match? See, that's why McMahon, they tone shit down. You save the 20-minute big match for the pay-per-view there so that there's a difference. Why are you paying $50 for the same show there? They just had free pay-per-views on television. Couldn't even break $1 million.
So I was gonna say before we get into the card, there's two things we have to mention. Number one, we're officially, and our Lord and Savior Big Lenny, he's given us joy. He's helping us against the cookie cutters. We're now officially nearly at 300 subscribers on this channel already, and was it slightly more than 24 hours? We've literally got flat out unbelievable, nearly 300 subscribers. So me and WJ want to personally thank everyone that subscribed to this channel. Hopefully we'll try and get to 1,000. Who knows? Maybe at one point, But at this point, we're just happy to do the videos and help you all out.
Spread the word and subscribe, guys.
Spread the word, guys. Spread the word. Make sure to go on Tout there, guys, and Tout at us there. And
we might do a video of 2K19. We get 10 million subscriber. We make the 2K19 video, guy.
Oh man.
Smooth tobacco here, Jerry, for his video.
Speaking of video games, the announcement of the new AEW video game is coming out. So me and WJ will react to it. We'll react to the trailer. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we might do a reaction. The second thing that we want to mention is we've heard news about Wrestling Otaku. A relative unfortunately passed away. We just want to give our condolences to him, and we want to wish him all the best. I seen on his Facebook that he mentioned it, so we want to give him like condolences and stuff, and we're wishing him all the best in regards to that. So. But I just wanted to say I messaged him on Facebook there as well to wish him all the best there on the comment section there. So, but let's move it on to AEW. We're going to talk about AEW. WJ, what's your thoughts so far on the build-up and all that there? What's the build-up there? Do you think about that? $50, WJ. $50 there. What do you think?
First off, the main event or whatever the main event is going to be there. Dean Ambrose against Eddie Kingston there for $50. Is this really worth $50? You can get Brock Lesnar sometimes, not every month there, but when he's there for $10 a month on the network, is it worth paying $50 for Eddie Kingston in the main event? Or
I want to get into him, by the way, soon. I want to get into him.
Who the fuck is Eddie Kingston for $50 there? For the love of Christ. But yeah, we'll save that for the main event talk there. But like, I don't think this is worth money. They had like the same kind of stuff a few weeks ago for free. They're defending the world title. It's a random match against a bum, and it's $50. I ain't paying for this. Fuck that.
And the thing is, as well, you can get a discount on PlayStation, I believe. If you're based in the UK, if you're on PlayStation, you can get a discount. But even for the price itself, it's just like I have to just be honest. I don't think it's worth it. And this is one of the things I've had a problem with AEW is their price of pay-per-views. Their prices are ridiculous. Like $50. $50. You like there's some boxing pay-per-views that don't even charge that. You have some UFC.
So back in the day, people were paying that because WWE made that price. They wanted to say, "Oh, you're conditioned to fucking WWE way of doing it." I guess they're conditioned to the old WWE pay-per-view price then, because that's what they're doing. They're fucking selling a pay-per-view for $50 that's not even worth 10 cents, for the love of Jesus, Jerry. You know, maybe they're conditioned to an unreasonable price for this shit there. You know, maybe this should be good enough to be on real pay-per-view that you're able to order with a remote, not on some fucking 2-bit fucking internet fucking app or whatever the fuck there.
Yeah.
And you got to pay $50 for some rinky-dink thing like this. Come on there. Give me a fucking break. But, you know, maybe they should bring the price down instead of charging $50 for something like that. It's an unproven company, for God's sake.
It's the price itself is ridiculous. Like, I just feel as if $50 is just too much. Now, granted, in the UK and Ireland, it is a little bit cheaper, but I feel as I remember I actually paid for an AEW show before. The first one I quite liked. I liked the first pay-per-view. I have to be honest, the first ever one, which was Double or Nothing. I did like it. But then the next one after that, it was just all the same, and all the show was just the same, and it's almost like you're not really getting anything new out of it. It's like they're recycling the stuff that they did at the start of like whenever they first started. And that's my issue with AEW, is that I do think there's some good things in it. I'm not going to completely trash it, but overall, I just feel as if there's just certain elements to it that just, it's not worth $50. It's a ridiculous price. 30, you might tickle your fancy. Maybe 10 or 20.
So 10 would make more sense, especially since the number one company is 10. That's it.
And at the end of the day, WJ, and this is what we were mentioning off air. See these so-called AEW fans that are all about, oh, I'm so pro AEW. I'm so pro. Anybody got the link, guys? Anybody get the link? You get the link there to the free show there. I love it when these AEW fans, and I see them all the time on Facebook, and I mentioned this before, they all say that they love AEW. They all love it. But whenever it comes to the time of paying money to Cody Rhodes, they don't do it. They don't do it. And do you know why? Because they're a bunch of virgins, WJ. That's why. A bunch of goddamn virgins. You've got no jobs. Get a job. Get a life, you pussies.
They'll pay big money to buy Cody Rhodes' jock strap, probably, on some website. Yeah, they'll pay for that.
Guys, where's the link, guys? I keep getting too many ads on here. I want a link with no ads. And it's all the time.
I ordered the first two, or I ordered two of them that I was able to order there, but the last one I didn't get. And I'm not paying for this one either.
No.
It's way too much, $50 for Eddie Kingston. There, give me a second. This is like, you can see this guy probably wrestle on pay-per-view. Sometimes you have indie shows for $7.99 or something on the pay-per-view there. That's probably, you'll probably see him in some of those. Why would I pay $50 there? You know, and have these guys wrestle also for indie feds. You can go see them for $5. Some of these shows, you bring a can of beans and they let you in for some kind of donation or something. You know,
A can of beans.
Probably Jungle Boy wrestling tonight at some other place before showing up on pay-per-view. He was wrestling for 10 cents somewhere. You know, Maybe some people think it's worth it there, but
it's
I
really
don't.
not like. So we'll go through the card. We'll start from the bottom. Now we're here, as Drake would say. WJ. Speaking of kind of disappointments, the women's match, Serena Deb or whatever, and some of these other, I don't know who the fuck they are, to be honest. WJ, I have to be honest. They're competing for the NWA Women's Championship. I have a few things to say about NWA. I might actually, fuck it, I'll just say it here. Can we all just stop pretending that NWA is any good? Like, can we all just stop pretending? Can we stop pretending that it's good? Because
it's old school, Jerry. Old school.
Old school feel. It's fucking shite. I watched your man Magnus.
Billy.
It's Magnus here.
Oh, fuck. He fucking tanked the ratings in TNA, this guy. Fuck.
I got more viewership than their last video.
Holy shit.
Literally, I seen like one of their shows and it was Magnus and like they're world champion. Like I think he's their world champion. I can't remember. He's like sitting, he's like fronting a full thumbnail and it gets 1,000 views. 1,000 views. That's
Magnus.
the viewership I get.
Magnus doesn't draw anything. Fuck.
He draws your eyes. That's what he draws. Like it's just like I hear people like I don't know what this is. I think people just don't want to bash it because they kind of like Billy. I think Billy Corgan is actually good at booking. He actually did overturn Impact. The problem is that Impact were a bunch of idiots, so they let him go. And what he did with Matt Hardy and stuff like that was absolutely amazing. They let the guy go. And I thought when Billy Corgan was going to leave, he was going to set up an organization that might be for the modern era. He's in there. It's like some 60-year-old man on roids that's there that people pretend to know. Nobody knows him. Stop lying to yourselves, people. Nobody knows him. He's some 60-year-old man with roids against the British man who bangs Mickey James, okay? Nobody cares about any of this. And look, I get it. You want the old school 80s feel. Y'all think it's amazing. Oh,
old
my
school.
God. Back in the 80s, guys. It was Ronald Reagan, guys.
The territory is back, Jeff.
Guys. I just want to feel again. It's like, look, I get it. You know, everybody likes their fantasies. You know, it's cool to watch some of your old children's shows back in the 90s and 80s. This isn't great. This isn't great. I understand what they're trying to do. I think the production value is very good. The stage is really good.
The guy that did all the production was caught doing some kind of sexual stuff. I don't remember what, so he left or whatever.
They're all at it like Jack Rabbits, WJ.
So he was the one doing all the good videos, but he had to leave because of sexual stuff. Yeah,
he was doing the diddling, was he, WJ? He doing the diddling.
He did something there, so.
I don't know. I'm just so sick of people pretending that NWA is like good and like I don't think it's awful, but it's not great either. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, big
guys. It's big guys. They're having like old school matches style, but it's like all guys that are Finnish kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like a fatter Damien Sandow and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's like I posted this on the Facebook group, and everybody just like jumped at me. Everyone was like, "What are you talking about, Jerry?" And I'm like, "Don't pretend." Like these people just it's the same with AEW. It's like they pretend that it's good. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop! I don't do this with WWE either. WWE used to do really dumb things. I'll call it out. Nobody really watches WWE anymore. But this whole thing that, like, this is the argument that these apps. I'm going on a tangent. I do apologize, WJ, but I need to get this out. I need to get this out of my system here. I need to get this out of my system. But every single argument I see is Guys, I don't like AEW and I don't like WWE. But guys, NWA Power's got it going on. Has it? Has it really?
AEW is better than NWA there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's better than NWA. Like,
I'm not gonna deny that. There's some stuff I like about AEW too, but like, I'm not gonna act like it's super amazing there, and that Eddie Kingston is the best in the business. That's just retarded.
oh, that fat guy. He looks like, you know, one of those supermarket assistants you see at Walmart. That's what he actually looks like, and he always looks like he's got this here, like he does this, like he's chewing a corn on the cob. He looks retarded. I don't like him. He's an idiot. Anyway, sorry, WJ. I wanted to go on a tangent there.
Express yourself there.
But so yeah, the NWA Women's Championship. You got any thoughts on that, WJ?
Well, I think this is because Orange Cassidy was on the buy-in and fans wanted Orange on the pay-per-view because he's a top star, Jerry. They wanted him on the main card, so I think this is a match they came out with last second or whatever. Basically, it has no build, nothing. It's just a random match, but you know, they don't have to rely on storylines, this company.
And
So
the thing is,
just a throwaway women's match. It's not even for their company, the belt, so it's worthless there. But
do you think that they should fire Cody Rhodes' wife from producing the Women's Championship? Because I have an idea. I think that they should hire Gail Kim to be a producer for the women's division in AEW. Like, actually have Gail Kim in there, because she kind of has a fair idea what to do. Like, she's got her head on her shoulders. Cody's wife hasn't a clue. She hasn't had any clue what's going on.
they'd probably put the world title on Gail Kim if she went there.
Yeah. I'd rather see that, like.
They'd give her the men's world title over there. You're bigger than most of our stars, Gail. Need the title.
Oh, man. So, moving on. Not really much to say about that there, about the women's. So, Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. It sounds like a porn name, John Silver.
Well, he's a midget, this guy. He's a part of Dark Order. He's a part of Dark Order. He's really, really small, and he's like a little goofy guy or whatever. Apparently, he's hilarious, according to them. He does something on BTE, Johnny Hungy or something like this. That's what they're writing, Johnny Hungy. And apparently, you're supposed to like this guy, Jerry, and write Johnny Hungy. And somehow not take your own life after you write that. You're supposed to think that this guy is cool and he's hilarious, and you're supposed to think Johnny Hungy is funny and write that everywhere. But really, he's just a little goofy jobber, like 5'2" or something.
Of course, he's got a beard. Of course, he's got a beard. I see that there.
He's got it's going to be like a comedy match, or I guess like something like that there. And these fans are going to say, "Oh, they're having the time of their lives out there." Like, if we watch this and it's a bunch of goofy shit, this Michael Nakazawa takes his stuff out of his shorts and puts it in people's face, and he fucking gets his own shorts in his face and gets pinned like this. This is comedy wrestling. And then they say, "Oh, they're having fun. The wrestlers are having fun."
What a mother says to their child in the park.
Why? Because they think that the wrestlers are so mistreated in WWE. They think it's like putting a horse in a cage. Yeah. The horse is stuck in the small cage, and then they open the door and the horse is running around. Oh, look at him. He's having fun. He's free now. That's how they look at these wrestlers, these fans. They're so mental. They're so out of touch with reality. It's unbelievable, these fans there. You know what I mean? So when these guys, they do stuff like this, there's no order. There's no need to make it look legit, like a real wrestling show. It doesn't have to sell to make money. It doesn't have to make sense. It's okay to put your shorts in people's face and people are down for the count of 3 there. Fuck everything. You know what I mean? It's okay that they do all of this because they're having fun. You know, these wrestlers are paid to do a job for the love of God there. You know, WWE, they're paid to do a job. You know, I'm going on the tangent myself here, Jerry. It's my turn here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a thing that McMahon mistreats these guys so much there and that they want to be free. They just want to break free. Oh, I want to be free. These guys are paid. It's like a movie. There's a script. These guys have to follow a script. Nobody says that you're a slave if you're reading a script in a movie or that you're mistreated there. You know, some of these wrestlers are big idiots and they're not able to talk. You know what I mean? They need that, some of them, to be told what to say and what to do, you know. A movie has a script and it has a director. Well, in WWE, the director is McMahon. He's in charge of putting on the show for people, for money. Right? He's getting paid. He has to fucking put on the show for people. It's not doing what the wrestlers want and letting them be free there. You know, maybe The Undertaker would have enjoyed cutting the promo, Jerry. My name is no longer The Undertaker. My name is Mark. And from now on, I'm going to be free. And then from now on, I'm no longer a debt guy. I want to be a ballet dancer. And then The Undertaker comes out dressed like a ballerina and he's dancing or whatever. Say maybe he would have enjoyed that. But the thing is, he's paid to do a job, right? He's paid by McMahon, just like an actor is paid. He is paid good money to be The Undertaker, to treat it serious, not to fucking put a dildo in his mouth like Marco Stunt. That's something else that. Whether he's having fun or not is irrelevant. Usually how wrestling works, these men put on a quality job for the promoter in order to make money for the promoter that gives them money, right? It's not a thing of doing their own thing like they do in the indies. Imagine Batista, Jerry, coming out. Hey, it's Dave the Magician Batista. He has a cape, he has a hat and a magic wand there. Then he grabs the microphone, abracadabra. Then he does things with the magic wand. If this would be indies, this would be considered good. They go like this with the magic wand, and then the wrestlers react to the magic wand. Oh my God. They're having fun. They're having so much fun. You know, that's not what it's supposed to be, wrestling, right? Well, you know, try to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they think it's okay to ruin wrestling with retarded shit because the wrestlers are having fun. See? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they give him $20 million per movie to put on the performance. They don't let him fucking come out in his underwear jacking off and let him have fun. That's not what that is. It's not like that, fuck. What the fuck is wrong with these fans? So anything that they do in AEW gets a free pass because they're having fun? That's retarded. Well, that's what this match is going to be. All that to say that there. John Silver and Orange are going to have fun out there, Jerry. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
You're going to have a wonderful time now.
Oh, God. Somebody wrote Tony Khan is the new Dixie Carter. It's not far off.
At least Dixie had more sense of what a wrestling show should look like. Fuck, she had real stars, and you know what I mean. At least Dixie had more of an idea of what to do than him.
Yeah, he just looks like a fan. That's my issue with Tony Khan. He just looks like a fan. Like he looks like he's like, oh, I'm backstage. It's like, mate, you're the owner. You know what I mean? But there's with Dixie though, I mean, she banged a few of the wrestlers behind the scenes.
Dixie did a lot of retarded shit for sure, right? But like, you know, at least I don't know. It looked more like a serious wrestling show in fact when it was bigger.
Yeah, 100%. Like, but what was I gonna say there? So take a look at the next one here. It's Chris Jericho versus MJF with Wardlow. It's a singles match. If MJF wins, he is allowed to join the Inner Circle. I don't know how. Like,
well, that might be okay, I guess. Is it going to be a great wrestling match? Probably not there, but it should be, I guess, funny a little bit. I don't know.
He's going to shove stakes up his arse, and then everyone's going to go, that's wrestling, guys!
The booking for this has been a strange one, right?
Yeah.
They had that singing stuff, polarizing. Say a lot of people thought it was completely retarded. Some people thought that they were having fun and it was fun and wrestling doesn't have to be serious, blah, blah, blah. There, it's modern, but it is what it is. There, if they do that in WWE, it'd be considered bad.
Yeah.
They had some kind of Jericho WWE. Even WWE would be more serious. There'd be more of a serious tone along with the comedy. Them, they've just been basically goofing around on camera and they're having a match. Hey, we're friends. I want to join your group. Let's fight. And if we fight and kick each other's ass, then we can be even bigger friends. Like, the storyline doesn't really make sense that much. Yeah,
because they're sitting there having like a steak dinner, right? And they're dancing and singing. And then now they're fighting on a pay-per-view. So people are essentially paying money to see two men that just after a steak dinner actually have a match. And what's going to happen is, and this is the theory that people are saying, that apparently Chris Jericho is going to turn on Wardlow or whatever the fuck you call him. And then MJF will turn on him or whatever. And then MJF will just be with Chris Jericho and then they'll do a tag team. Because I'll be honest, I think they should probably get rid of this Inner Circle. I don't think Chris Jericho needs a team. You know, no. I think he doesn't need a stable, and it's not even a good stable either. You know what I mean? Really, like you have Jack Swagger, who
it's just
like,
random.
What's Jack Swagger at? He just sits in the background. That's all he does. Like, and if you're gonna have a guy like Jack Swagger who just won an MMA fight. Like, is Jack Swagger on this pay-per-view?
I don't think he is.
Not like what the hell? You're not even gonna have Jack Swagger on this pay-per-view. He's just after winning an MMA. Now bear in mind he narrowly won it, but he won an MMA fight. You'd think they'd put him on here. This is what I keep saying about AEW's kind of booking, is that it's like, yeah, like I get it, you all want to have fun, but there's plenty of matches in here that you could replace. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara, which we'll get into later. This shouldn't be on the card. This has been going on for ages, and it's Sammy Guevara's unprofessionalism busting Matt Hardy open and putting him in danger.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jack Hager, he needs a handler. He's athletic. He's a big athletic guy, but he needs someone to talk to him for him, like a Zeb Coulter or something. Yeah. Which is what WWE did with him, right?
Yeah.
But then they don't really. So they can't expect this guy to get over on his own because he's very bland. They just have Jericho, just like Jericho's gonna say a couple of goofy lines about how tough he is, but he needs more than that to be taken serious.
See, that's why he was in WWE, so he could have a filter. You know what I mean? So, like, he needed a filter in WWE. Whenever he goes unfiltered, he does weird stuff. Like, he started, like, remember when he first debuted, he had, like, lines like this?
Jericho?
He had, like, lines like this, and it looked really, really weird and bad. Like, Jeff Hardy, it works for Jeff Hardy because he colorizes it and stuff, but there's things with Chris Jericho where he's doing this here. Like, it's like a black line here and here. And
because that's how he looked in Japan. I think he had makeup or face paint or.
I don't know. I think he looks like a bit of a weirdo, like, to be honest with you.
It's true what you're saying that he needs a filter. A lot of them do, right? So if they all have so-called creative freedom, then you end up with a too many chef spoils the broth kind of situation. Let's say a bunch of guys trying to book everything by themselves. You're going to end up with a whole bunch of garbage. It doesn't mean these guys are geniuses that can book great storylines just because they wrestled.
It's who do you think's gonna win between the two, or do you think it'll be a disqualification or some tomfoolery going on?
I'm thinking MJF will win there, and then maybe he's gonna betray Jericho and not join or something.
Maybe.
Why would you put MJF with Jericho? What would it give? See? You don't need everybody in the same freaking group.
Yeah. It's like too many cooks, as was said there before, and that's my problem with the writing of it. It's just there's too much what's the word for it? It's not even like if they had it where you had two heels face each other and they cheat each other out in the ring and do good storytelling, that could work. I remember there was a match. It was with Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, and it was actually a good match. It was in TNA. You can look it up. And it was two heels facing each other, and each of them were cheating every time to win. Like, that's a good thing. This old theory that the two heels can't face each other, I find it ridiculous. Like, Austin Aries, who I don't like, I have to be honest, after, like, he's a weird guy, Austin Aries. Especially what he did in Bound for Glory last year there was disgusting. But he had a match with Bobby Roode. It was two heels, and it worked. It worked very, very well. I think AEW should do something very similar to that, where you have two heels that cheat constantly behind the referee, make it entertaining and do that. Tell a story in the ring. Not have steak dinners and have dances and think it's the 1920s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks absolutely ridiculous.
Well, Jerry, you've been conditioned by WWE, you there. Oh. You've been conditioned to expect regular wrestling, Jerry.
I think I'm asking for too much, WJ. I think
it's a modern era now, Jerry. Wrestlers come out dressed as cucumbers and wrestle each other there. That's what it is now. You're behind the times, Jerry.
I know I'm back. I'm out of touch, WJ. That's what it is. I'm out of touch. The next one here, it's Nia Rose with Vicky Guerrero versus some Japanese lady who's gonna win.
Well, that's the women's champ, Jerry. You don't know Roshu Ashasha, the women's champion, yeah.
Sounds like a Chinese I usually order, WJ.
Jerry, now you're talking about the Japanese, Jerry, in wrestling there. That's royalty there. Any guy who wrestles in Japan or comes from Japan is over, Jerry.
Oh, instantly over. Oh.
These people are over, Jerry. I saw
Hello
that
there.
on Twitter. A guy on Twitter, the only person that's over in NXT is Io Shirai. A Japanese woman there. That's the kind of logic they have in the independent. If somebody's Japanese, he's instantly over. And, oh, this is a great, respectful woman's wrestler. They were saying the same thing about they had a Japanese woman wrestler in AEW who had a mustache. Remember that, Jerry? She was there a few times. Her name was Emi Sakura. Oh, she wrestles for Stardom. She is, and the girl came out. It was a fat Japanese girl with a mustache. It's like, what the fuck am I watching here? What the fuck is going on here? Fuck. Well, this is serious pro wrestler, Emi Sakura. It's like, no, this is garbage there. I don't care. It's not just because she's Japanese. It's because you don't just have a fat girl out there, no matter what race, even if it's a fat white girl that nobody knows coming out with a mustache. And she wrestled for the women's championship on the pay-per-view, Jerry.
That's ridiculous.
A fat, unknown Japanese woman with a mustache fight for the world title. Nobody even knows who she is. And this is what the fans say is the best. Let's say it's a fucking joke, this. But anyway, this match is Nyla Rose against this boring Japanese woman that is boring, and fans in AEW, they like her, I guess, but they always complain that the division sucks. But I guess at the same time, they have great respect for this unknown woman that makes zero impact every time she's out there.
Yeah.
So it's either this woman is going to win or Nyla is going for second belt or whatever amount it is. But the match should be just a low-quality women's match. And I say the term women's match loosely with Nyla Rose. It's going to be a subpar women's match, probably.
Oh, dear.
It's not high-quality wrestling, these women.
Yeah.
Like, there's no denying how good WWE's division is there when you look at that. Say you look at AEW, what it looks like. They just a couple of the top women in WWE alone crushes like that entire division, no problem. Say even NXT women are treated and handled way better than that, let's say.
Yeah. I think like overall their women division is absolutely fucking awful. Like, I mean, as you said there, like I remember watching this like six woman tag match, and it was your man fucking, what you call him? It was JR, and he's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a slobber knocker here. We've got the four finest women in Japan. And then there's this like fat lady. It wasn't the one with the mustache, but it was this other woman. She was just some fat lady. and they were like, "Oh, this is amazing. She's such a legend." I'm like, "Who is she?" You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, she's a legend, guys. She's a legend," and she was awful in the ring. She was botching. Like, that's the thing with these idiots, is that every time they say they're a legend, they can't even wrestle. They can't even wrestle, these people. Like, I swear to God, I seen this like this weird fat lady, and she's sitting there wrestling, and you have fucking Tony Schiavone, and you had JR saying, "Oh, this woman's a legend." Like, they were talking like she was the Undertaker. She could barely do an Irish whip. She couldn't do anything. And she was tripping over and falling everywhere.
Oh, like, the old Japanese woman, the old Azure Kong.
Get her to nursing home, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Some fat fucking lady, and they're like, "Oh, she's a legend. She needs to be in a nursing home."
So, but nobody knows that. Yeah, like, we don't know about Japanese women wrestlers from the 80s over here, unless you're like an extreme. Like I said, the people that are in love with Japan, they'll fucking look at Japanese wrestling. But like the majority of people watching wrestling in North America, UK and stuff, we don't know about who's a legend in the Indies and in Japan. So when you take a 50-year-old woman who's half dead, like you said, Jerry, tripping all over her own stomach and stuff, then we're not going to know who the fuck they are. Like that Japanese woman with the mustache. Apparently she has big street cred in Japan, but like, we don't know who she is, right? So when you see this on TV, it's like, who's the fucking fat woman with a mustache? That's all you're going to think, fuck. Because that's all you can think. Yeah. First of all, there's no build to who these people are, no explanation about their character, nothing. They tell you that they have history, but they don't tell you what the history is or why you should care. It's the same thing with Kenny Omega, you know what I mean? Kenny apparently is a big star in Japan. We heard about how he's a 7-star guy. Yeah. Most of what we heard of Kenny Omega come from the Indies. Kenny's the best. He's better than everything you've ever loved. That's what we hear from Kenny, from these fans. So the way that these fans act, the stuff they say about Kenny, how are you going to like the guy when you finally see him, the way they talk, see? And by the time you see him wrestle, it's like shit. Judging by what y'all were saying, he should be better than Hogan, a better wrestler than AJ Styles, with the charisma of Ric Flair. He should be amazing, this guy. Yeah. But then when I watch him this past Wednesday, it's just him cutting a shitty, boring-ass promo. I won tournament, Tony. Who you think gonna win the match, Tony? Where's the star power, So just putting Kenny Omega on TV and not really showcasing what he's apparently known for, how are fans supposed to like him, right? But if you put a woman that nobody knows at all with a fucking mustache, how the fuck are people going to get behind this?
100%. Like, it's like, yeah, I had to take someone off the comment section there. He was bashing relatives and stuff. We're not dealing with that on there. But what I was gonna say is in regards to the whole, like, I'll give an example of a good Japanese wrestler that can be presented really good. And this is something that we're going to talk about with WWE. WWE massively dropped the ball with this girl. Remember they put her as a pirate?
Yeah.
The Japanese lady is a pirate. I watched some of her old pictures. Really good looking, beautiful looking, can wrestle. has the entire package and they just put her in a parrot outfit. And this goes back to what we're saying. Like, we're not bashing AEW solely. WWE has their faults. But that's an example of how to present someone in like New Japan or Japan itself and present them. Oksana, that's someone who has actually done very well in WWE recently. I think she's good looking, you know what I mean? Her screaming's a bit annoying, but that's how you present an Asian wrestler to an American audience. You don't just shove them out there and say, she's amazing. Why is she amazing? Like with Oksana, for example, she had that streak, if you remember. So that builds her up to American audiences. I actually seen some of the stuff that Parrot Lady did before, and she's actually good. And they massively dropped the ball with that girl, I have to say. But what goes back to what you're saying, WJ, you got these women in AEW, they just throw them out there. You know what I mean? They just throw them out there and say, she's a legend. Okay, why? Like, that's the problem we went and we talked about in our previous video. Cody Rhodes doesn't know about storylines. He doesn't present, because storylines are essential for a wrestler to get over. And I will keep saying Oksana. I'll just keep saying it because it's a meme at this point. You know what I mean? I'll just keep saying it. Like, it's a meme that's going on in my channel for ages. But as I said, I just feel as if some of these Japanese women are, like, some of them can be good. It's not to say some of them are awful. But when you have a fat woman there with a beard in there in AEW and she says she's amazing, you know what I mean? Like, what am I going to think?
So WWE, you need the total package. They need the look, plus they have to wrestle. Plus, like, not all of them have the character, yeah, but like, if they can only wrestle, then they at least need a look, right? If they're not good looking, well, they can have, like, Shayna Baszler. She's not a good looking woman, but she has character, the way she looks. Not just a plain indie girl that they throw out there, like this Chris Statlander woman who couldn't wrestle. It's fucking awful matches. And she had some kind of alien gimmick. She could have at least came out to alien music or something. Yeah? But she was an alien. It was just face paint and her touching people's nose. Apparently that was the alien gimmick. At least have some kind of a fucking spaceship on the Titantron with alien music. If you're gonna do a gimmick like that, I don't know. There, at least do something like this. Yeah. But so they don't have it. Even like the Young Bucks, people are like, I see people on Twitter now are starting to question, who are these guys, right? Mm-hmm. What's their character? What are they supposed to be? These guys are annoying. Because really, it's just two guys on YouTube who fucking think they're hot shit. Yeah. And they claim to be the greatest tag team in the world, which they aren't.
They're not like
even the New Day are better than them. Maybe New Day have less dangerous looking moves, but go to any country in the world, have the Young Bucks come out. You'll have three guys in Bullet Club shirts, yeah. Maybe in India cheering for them. If New Day comes out, people will know them. The wrestling fans are going to know the New Day. They're going to know the song. They're going to they're going to know the moves. You think the Indians in India are going to mark out for the Meltzer driver? Right, Jerry? The Indians in India, they're not going to mark out for the Meltzer driver or for what they call the BTE trigger. They don't care about these moves, right? It's only the Young Bucks that care.
I've never heard of them, my friend.
The Young Bucks are their biggest fans, let's say. Even like Sheamus and Cesaro, the quality of the fucking timing of their moves and their matches. Cesaro, phenomenal for tag team wrestling. Let's say these guys, they just fucking throw themselves through a table every 5 seconds. You know, there's no fucking. I don't think these guys are the greatest team by a long shot, but that's all it is. Them, we're the best team, and they don't like WWE. You know, that's their big gimmick. They don't like WWE. They do super kicks, and they claim to be the best team. Okay, but you're not the best team. After a while, the super kick starts to get boring. And they haven't, whether they hate WWE or not is irrelevant when it comes to your product on television. Let's say people aren't going to like you just for that.
No.
Right? They have to fucking do stuff to receive this honor of being the best team. And when I look at the Lucha Brothers, I think their wrestling is better quality than the Young Bucks. Lucha Brothers can do flips like the Young Bucks. They could jump. They could go through tables, but their wrestling is more high quality than them. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah, so I don't think they're the best.
Motor City Machine Guns better.
Huh?
Motor City Machine Guns, I think, are better than them as well.
Why wouldn't the Machine Guns be as good as them? Right? What have the Young Bucks done? At least people know the Machine Guns, right?
Yeah.
But like just having these guys, they claim that they're the best. You present them on TV like if they're hot shit, but the casual viewer doesn't see what you're claiming about them. So why would we care? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not even like, the thing is, as I said, we should probably move on to, because we're not even halfway through yet, but
let it flow, Jerry.
Let it flow. But yeah, like as you said with the Young Bucks, my whole thing with them is that, especially in regards to their wrestling, like I knew them in TNA, and I always known them as these guys that look like, you know, like the 1960s, like they just dressed up, because that's what they were, the Young Bucks. They just dressed up in 1960s outfits, and that's it. And then I seen him in Bullet Club, and everyone just started pretending that they were good. And I made the rant series on them. Ironically enough, one of the Young Bucks actually talked about, like, he says, fair play to Jerry for doing it or whatever. So one of the brothers is not as sensitive as the other one. The other one's very sensitive.
Matt is the sensitive one.
Yeah, he's very, very sensitive. The other one isn't as sensitive. Like, he was like, can't wait to see it. But the thing is with those two is that they deleted their Twitter because they were just getting so much hate online. You know what I mean? They were getting so much hate online. But the thing is that, like, if you look at even their matches with the Machine Guns, like in TNA, they had better. They were better than the Machine Guns. Like, excuse me, sorry, the Machine Guns were better than them. I felt there's an actual character there. One of them was a former TNA world champion. You know what I mean? Like,
they're just rip off of the Hardys. They dress like the Hardys. They tried to wrestle like the Hardys. Then they went to Japan and ripped off other people's catchphrases. Oh, WWE's trying to sue us, guys. And that's how they got popular with the indie fans. By talking shit about WWE, that's it. And they're not the best team. Fuck them.
They're not even that good either. Like, I mean, I've seen a few of their matches.
No, they're not.
Like, I don't know why everyone says they're amazing, you know?
Because that's what Meltzer and the other indie fans say. So in order to fit in, they got to say the same shit.
I was going to say, so the next match here, by the way, So we've already talked about the AEW Women's Championship. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in the Elite Deletion match. Is this like a cinematic one? Is this going to be cinematic or?
I hope it is for Hardy's health because he almost got killed last time. Yeah.
That was disgusting. And the fact that AEW didn't even apologize at all for this is like, and I think honestly that the match that Matt Hardy had was the reason why Jeff Hardy stayed in WWE as well. Like, you ever noticed that everyone thought Jeff Hardy was going to AEW, and then all of a sudden Jeff Hardy was like, nope, I'm actually re-signing. I'm sticking with WWE. Because Jeff's smart. Jeff knows that he's nearly at the end of his career. And I think Matt was very silly for going to AEW, you know what I mean? Because I personally felt that you could have had another singles run with Matt in WWE, but what they're essentially doing with Matt is that they're just trying to fucking kill the guy. You know what I mean? They're trying to murder this man. I seen the whole botch and everything. Ruby Sky, I know she's very controversial, but some of her grievances were legit. Sammy Guevara is the most unprofessional professional wrestler that I've ever seen. I don't like this little shit. I love to slap his face clean off him. I do not like this man at all. I hate this man more than The Miz. I hate this man more than MJF. I hate this man even more than The New Day. I do not like Sammy Guevara because not only that, he's a Weasley little shit that got away with the whole Sasha Banks thing. And it's not even what his comments were saying about Sasha Banks. My issue is what he did with that whole YouTube situation where he got a YouTube channel deleted because of his dumbass comments. Okay? He got a YouTube channel completely deleted. And AEW flagged it down. And this is, and What Culture's not going to mention this. And JD from New York's not going to mention this either. Okay? They're not going to mention it. Oh, because AEW's amazing. Let's just call it like it is. The end. I do not like the Sammy Guevara guy at all. I think he's a Weasley little shit, and I feel that he should be ashamed of himself of what what he did with Matt Hardy. What he did with Matt Hardy was absolutely disgusting, unprofessional. Some people were defending this guy, Sammy Guevara, saying, "Oh, well, how did he know? Like, you know, how did he? He's a professional wrestler. He's supposed He's supposed to have Matt Hardy's health and vice versa. It's supposed to be priority number one. This kid doesn't have any of it. He just
because he's too young. He's green, like they say there. He's green, right?
Oh, he pisses me off. I fucking hate that little shit. I do not like him. He's the worst out of all of AEW. The fact that he still has a career is astonishing to me. I seen him in a segment with MJF, and he's just pulling these weird faces. Like this. It's like, shut up, mate. Just get rid. AEW, if you have any common sense, get rid of this idiot. This kid is so unprofessional. He's I just don't like him. I do not like him. And what he did with Matt Hardy, not once, but multiple times. This isn't a man that's just made one mistake. Like he's so green. And to put this guy, and this is the problem I have with AEW, and WWE's guilty of it as well, by the way. They're guilty of it as well. Sometimes some of this stuff can pay off, like, you know, the Rey Mysterio son stuff. He was green, but that kind of paid off. But even that I still was a bit edgy on it because you're not realizing how these guys are completely in danger. I don't kind of want to watch this Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara thing because of what they're going to try and do. And they're going. By the way, CM Puke's back. Shout out to him, by the way. I got distracted there. But as I said there, like I just feel as if this is just disgusting. This is completely disgusting. And I think Matt Hardy, honestly, mate, reconsider what you're doing, mate. Reconsider what you're doing. I'd honestly just leave this company and go to fucking WWE.
He can barely walk anymore, Matt Hardy. Yeah. You can see he's suffering and there the fuck.
Yeah. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
But yeah, Sammy Guevara, young guys, he's green. Half of their roster isn't even fit to be on television, for fuck's sakes. You look at go to Wikipedia and look at their full roster. Fucking half the people there are fucking complete irrelevant jobbers that got the names on that list, right? And eventually AEW's gonna have to release some of these guys there, right? You know, because right now they've only been around for a year. They've hired a bunch of people. They saved the business. They saved the life of wrestlers. They've given them freedom, right? But like at some point, AEW is going to release wrestlers that these fans like. AEW is going to make more mistakes, and the whole fucking good guy image is going to go down the toilet at some point there. It's just that they haven't been around long enough to make that many mistakes. They've done some so far there, but more are going to come. And a lot of these guys are going to get released, and then some of these fans are going to get pissed off there. Starting tonight, if Eddie Kingston doesn't win the belt, then some of them are going to be pissed. I'm pissed off. Eddie didn't win. You should have let Eddie win. He's the best in the business. You know? And then they're going to, stuff like this is going to happen. And, oh, you didn't push Sammy Guevara to the world title picture. I'm quitting. I'm going to stop watching. Right? They're going to think, hey, everybody's going to mark out for Kenny Omega as the world champ. Then they're going to put the belt on Kenny. Half the people watching are going to adore it, but the other half aren't going to fucking, they're not going to care as much. That's it. When the world champ has zero charisma and he's trying to look like Ken from Street Fighter come to life, whatever. Yeah. That's what it is, Jerry. He's trying to be Ken from Street Fighter, white guy with blonde hair talking like in Japanese. Yeah. You know what I mean? They even do pictures like that on Twitter of Ken of Street Fighter next to Kenny Omega. But for regular people, that's not good enough to be world champ. The same knee strike over and over again. I love him because he likes the video games that I do. I love him. All right.
Holy shit.
That's not good enough for me to care about a world champ, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
If Eddie Kingston wins the world title, the company's fucking dead. Fuck. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, imagine if they put an actual belt on that fat fuck. Like, I swear to God. Like,
maybe the TNT belt, but not the main belt. Fuck.
No. Do you think they'll do it?
Well, they cater to these fans. A big portion of them are asking for it now because he didn't win the first match. Some of the fans were complaining, and I've seen a lot of them write that he better win and this and that. See, so stuff like this is going to happen at some point. These divisions will happen within the fan base. See.
Yeah.
These fans are so fucking, they feel so entitled, these smarks. They spend 3 hours a day doing fantasy booking of their favorite stars. Yeah. So if the company doesn't give them what they want, they freak. Well, at some point, that attitude is going to start being thrown towards AEW as well there. What's the next match, Jerry? Eddie wins or re-riot. Yeah, imagine that for a guy like that. They don't even know him. Fuck.
Like, this is the thing about that Eddie Kingston guy, and I seen a promo that he did, and he was like, "Hi everyone, Eddie Kingston here," You know, John Moxley, you went to entertainment.
So that's all it is, Jerry. He looks like you mentioned. He looks like something. I think he looks like a cab driver from New York or something. Don't talk about my mother. Where you going?
Get over here.
Park? You need a ride to Central Park? You know what I mean?
I'm walking here.
This guy is a fucking Eddie Guerrero is the real Eddie. Yeah, exactly.
It's just crazy. Like, and like the thing is, I seen Twitter because I wanted to see what you were talking about earlier, and I had a look on Twitter, and these people are like, he's the best in the world, but I guarantee if you mentioned a single match that he was in,
they don't know that. Fuck.
He's not. I seen some of his matches. He's like hardcore wrestling, right? And I love hardcore wrestling, but it's not good hardcore wrestling. He's not up there as a Sandman, or he's not like, if it was a guy like, you know, Sandman in his prime, then yeah, maybe. But Eddie Kingston, I seen like a promo he did. It was like behind the scenes or something like that, and it just came off so corny. It was on that, you know, be elite, be elite, and he was just like us here, and he was like, yo, I'll do a promo. And he was like reading.
You cut a promo on the cookie or something there.
Yeah, and it was just so bad. It was just like.
Apparently they were marking out for that there, damn, how we cut a promo on the cookie. This is how we became apparently one of the best talkers of all time. The promo on the cookie and little promo like that, and apparently according to them he's the best talker in the biz. See, it's crazy.
They're fucking mental, these people. Absolutely. You people seriously need to get out of the house. Dude, like, I'm gonna give you some advice here for all these complete virgins that love these fucking wrestlers. Go to the gym, work out, download Tinder, do a good profile picture, get yourself a girlfriend, and you'll forget all about this. That's some friendly advice for some of you. Because I swear to God, Eddie Kingston's the good. Like, some of these people that were saying on Twitter is that, guys, he reminds me so much of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm like, are these people on crack cocaine?
They're nuts. They're mental.
They're completely off your meds.
They're mental.
And I hate to say it, but JD from New York, like, oh, he's amazing and all this here, and JD from New York saying that all, like, it's just some of these reviewers don't even know what they're saying.
JD just voices the popular indie opinion, the popular smart opinion of the day. That's what most of these bigger channels do. They just take basically what more people are saying, then they just fucking repeat that. They just regurgitate the fucking common opinion of the day to try to get clicks. None of this shit makes sense, the stuff they say, for God's sake.
100%. Like, it's just mental, and it's just like, I don't even know. It's just some of these fans are just so deranged. They're so deranged, and like, they're nobody has, like, this is a problem with everything in general. Nobody has their own opinion anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, everybody's just following exactly what everybody else is saying. And that's what's wrong. What's going on now, you know?
Usually Meltzer leads the herd with his opinion, and then they all say the same thing. And then these reviewers, whatever's the hot topic on Twitter, they all have the same opinion in the videos after. That's what most of them do. They just say, oh, you're such a great wrestling talker. No, you're just repeating what the other smarks are saying. Most of it is retarded.
So John Moxley and Eddie Kingston, I think we pretty much covered that, haven't we?
Well, it's going to be some kind of an I Quit match. So a TNA style hardcore match. Yeah. So it's going to be more brutal than the WWE match. It might be good. It might be okay.
Is it
But
going
I don't
to
think
hardcore like it?
I don't think it's worth $50 for this just
No.
because of Eddie Kingston. Right? I don't think it's worth $50. The match could be okay, but it's not going to be fucking Mick Foley good for hardcore. It's going to be Abyss and TNA level good, whatever. It's going to be like that.
Speaking of that, we might get into that, but I actually want to talk a little bit about Abyss in WWE at some point when we'll do another video of it, but I do actually want to get into him because I think it's a massive missed opportunity, him not facing Kane. Like, just stick a mask, any mask, just give him another name. But, like, you know what I mean? Just let him face Kane. I think that would be amazing. They should do that at WrestleMania.
Or at least have him appear as a base in the Royal Rumble one time. Because back in the day when TNA was hot, there was a lot of rumors about Abyss going to WWE. Some people wanted that. And the people wanted that stuff against Kane and Taker and stuff like this. Right? People were talking about that a while back. Yeah. But Abyss, he's in WWE, but he's a producer or something like this there.
I would love for him to, like, the fact that it's not even been, like, this is the problem with these indie fans. They're not even calling matches that would be generally good. You know what I mean? Like, they're not actually saying this match would be amazing at WrestleMania, but it's like, I want Sammy Lick My Nipples versus Derek Zoolander. I want these two to face each other at WrestleMania. It's like, you know, they're not even asking for good WrestleMania matches.
So
like it's not even good WrestleMania matches. And Abyss versus Kane, for me personally, needs to happen. A bit like we're not going to get Sting because Triple H is dumbass. And I know some people have been defending Triple H, especially now. I don't think he's solely to blame what's going on with WWE. And I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent here, WJ, but I want to say this very clear. The fact that Sting versus Undertaker did not happen is a crime to wrestling. It's a crime. Should have happened in the early 2000s.
There's talk of Sting going to AEW recently.
Yeah, he's apparently rumored to be in this.
On this card?
Yeah, he's rumored. So apparently, according to the dirt sheets there, John, shout out to Smart Busters. According to the dirt sheets, apparently Sting has been removed from WWE and his contract's officially ended with WWE. And they've removed everything from him in WWE. Now, they only do that in one of two things. Number one, they've ended it on bad terms, or Sting's going to the competition. And I am going to say this right now. I think Sting going to AEW is a horrible, horrible decision. And a lot of people are like, well, Jerry, why? Because you love Sting. I think Sting deserves mainstream value, and I still don't think he's actually got the recognition of how much of an impact he's had on the wrestling industry, especially what he's done with WCW. Triple H and Vince McMahon screwed that entire story to the point where at that point, that's when I stopped actually, like, if you notice, even on my YouTube channel from like 2014, 15, I just stopped actually actively reviewing stuff as soon as that you can watch the video itself. I am beyond angry. And what they've done is absolutely disgusting, what they did with Sting. Now, Sting apparently the rumor is that he might appear at the main event, or he might appear with, I don't know where he would appear.
He can't wrestle him. No, he shouldn't. Yeah, man.
He shouldn't, or even this is from my perspective. I don't think he should be a manager either. I think it's just a waste, because it's like Jake the Snake Roberts. It makes sense because Jake can kind of promo. Jake isn't really doing that much. I think it would be like, I think Jake does make sense to be a manager, But with Sting as a manager, it just doesn't really work. Sting works better as a singles competitor than a manager. They were like, and I don't want to see him with the face paint and even without the face paint, I don't want to see that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're gonna get Joker Sting, Jerry. Maybe there you're gonna get Sting. You're gonna get Sting 6 times per episode, Jeffy. What do you mean? This looks like TNA. This doesn't look like.
What do you think of that, Terry? Do you remember? Terry.
I remember that stuff. Is that what it's going to be there? Just very awkward skits of Sting over there? Like
I actually kind of have a soft spot for Joker Sting because it's just how funny it is. But like, there was somebody that did this thing where it was like Sting did like he painted his entire face black, and it looks so weird.
Maybe they could do something with it, but like. It'd be good if he was a backstage guy to teach these wrestlers how to talk and operate in the ring, let's say. And maybe once in a while he does an appearance of some sort on the show. But like,
yeah,
if he's
100%.
there all the time, every show like that, then it's gonna look way too much like TNA. I don't know. Fuck.
You would also think he would go to Impact as well, because like everyone says AEW, but he could go to Impact. Yes, I know Ken Shamrock's doing a thing over there as well, but I don't know. Oh yeah, so the third final match here, FTR versus the Young Bucks. We kind of talked a wee bit about the Young Bucks, but
it's gonna be a match. This is a big dream match in the mind of the Young Bucks. And then tens of their fans' heads. Yeah. So I don't know how this started there, but a while back they started saying, fuck the Revival. Maybe somebody was comparing the two teams. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell us how this started if they know. Yeah,
copy the Smart Busters. That's the theory. So there's a I could be wrong. But if you remember, the Smart Buster would say, fuck Cody Rhodes. So they've been doing that since 2014. And then I have a theory that Cody Rhodes has kind of seen that and has went, fuck the Revival.
Well, because
not a coincidence, because he gives the middle finger as well. And it's very similar to what the Smart Busters do when they go, fuck Cody Rhodes. So
because of this fuck the Revival thing, apparently this is a dream match. So Revival, they left the dream job in WWE and everything to go along with this indie garbage because they were saying fuck the Revival. Apparently you quit WWE even though you're the tag champs and right? You quit, you have a job on primetime TV every week. You quit this job and go wrestle in the indies because of some indie humor about fuck the Revival. Well, apparently that's why they have a so-called dream match, I guess. Yeah. It's been a fucking... apparently building up for years there because they say fuck the Revival. So apparently this is a big dream match. The problem is it's not, right? It's the young Bucks. They think it's a dream match. Some of their fans that go along with their bullshit are going to pretend to mark out for this. These are the greatest two teams in wrestling, even though they aren't there.
They're not
like two of them, like the Revival. It's just two short, fat guys with zero charisma. The fact that WWE pushed these guys, they're very lucky to have gotten pushed. Let's say, but apparently, going to wrestle the Young Bucks was more important. Let's say.
They're a bunch of cookie cutters, WJ.
Oh.
They're a bunch of cookie cutters.
So they're going to have this match or whatever, and the whole time they're going to try real hard to make it live up to Dave Meltzer's expectations, I guess. Yeah. So I imagine it's going to be a long-winded match where they just do one spot after the other, and the other ones are gonna do great tag team wrestling like only FTR can. They're wrestling like it's the 1960s. Oh my God, they're saving tag team wrestling. Tag team wrestling doesn't bring in ratings. That's why McMahon doesn't push tag team wrestling the way Young Bucks try to claim it should be pushed. Let's say the Young Bucks, that's their influence. That there's 4 tag team match, 20 minutes each on every 2-hour show. That the tag team division should be treated the same as the world title. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not how it works. Right? Tag team wrestling, this isn't just WWE. This is, apart from Smoky Mountain Wrestling with Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express or whatever, in 99%, and maybe in Mexico, but in 90% of the wrestling world, the world title and singles wrestling, that's the big word. That's where the money's at. In singles wrestling, just like in tennis, they play doubles, right? But the big money is the single star that wins the tennis tournament. He's the star. He made the money that year, let's say. You know what I mean? It's about single star. What the Young Bucks want, they want to be viewed as main event stars, even though they're not. They want to put on Nintendo wrestling matches and be viewed in the same light as Roman Reigns or something, but they're not that. They're just little goofy fucking prissy little jobbers who think they're special is what they are. They bring nothing original to the game. And it's just the same match. Whether you watch it on TV or on pay-per-view, they put on the same match. And guess what? There's about 15 other teams on the show that do the exact same fucking match that they do. So what separates them, let's say? Because they sell more T-shirts. They all do the same match, these indie teams, so...
Exactly. So final 2 matches here. Cody versus Darby Allin for the AEW TNT Championship. I actually like the Darby Allin guy. I'm not saying he should get a world title, but the fact that Cody Rhodes, remember when Cody Rhodes first started WJ? And he said that he was never going to be like Triple H. He wasn't going to be like this. The guy already put the championship on himself. And I thought that they were going to do, we're going to build up these guys and we're going to build up everybody. Everyone's going to be amazing and stuff. But all I can see is Cody Rhodes with a championship that looks ridiculous. I mean, it's just a red belt with glitter on it. The final belt itself looks like a joke. And at the end of the day, for me, I believe Cody Rhodes should give the championship to Darby Allin and give back to that. If Cody Rhodes actually wins this, I won't be happy because I think Cody Rhodes really, in reality, this guy conned a billionaire so he could become a main event champion. That's all what this boils down to. And I guarantee you right now, and I'm saying this right now, I guarantee you Cody Rhodes at some point will become a world champion at one point. And he's just doing what a Jeff Jarrett does. He's just doing exactly what Jeff Jarrett does. And I honestly do believe that Cody's probably going to win. But I think if they have any decency in themselves, give Darby Allin the win. Like, you've got these guys coming in your company, at least put them over. Okay? People can, like, I know most people don't know who Cody Rhodes really is. Like, they'll probably remember him more in WWE. But just have, for the love of God, just have Darby Allin win this championship so you can actually push a guy that kind of deserves it. Because I actually like the Darby Allin guy. I think the skateboard thing is actually kind of cool. But once again, Cody Rhodes' ego is going to kick in. And the thing is with this Cody Rhodes guy, this will be my final point on the matter. A lot of the AEW fans don't like Cody Rhodes. Have you ever noticed that?
It depends which one, because some of them fucking worship him like he's God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They'd fucking kiss his feet if they could, let's say.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think if Cody Rhodes has any decency at all in him, he will give this championship to Darby Allin.
Well, he should. He has no reason to hold on to the belt, and it's for mid-carders, that belt, so
yeah,
you should give it to him. Somebody wrote Darby needs to hit the weights a little bit there.
Yeah, I'll agree. He does need a hit. I mean, but to be fair, they all need to hit the weights.
Most
you know
of
what I mean?
them,
They're not like AEW.
most of them aren't ready for television.
They're not like me and Big Lanny.
Stuff like that. There, thank you, Cody, for saving my life. That's how they talk on Twitter.
Yeah.
They talk to him like he fucking saved wrestling and saved their life. I was about to hang myself, Cody, but you brought me back. You brought back my love of wrestling. I have the shotgun in my mouth as I type this, Cody. Thank you.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
And look, I'm all for like mental health and all that there, but like, if Cody Rhodes is the reason why you shouldn't off yourself, you should really fucking evaluate your life. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because it's for this is for the fans that take it really deep. Like these, like there's some indie fans. They're not all insane. Let's say some of it is like guys that, you know, they like that hardcore wrestling. Let's say so they're gonna watch a couple hardcore companies or something or whatever. Yeah. See, maybe they're mildly retarded just a little bit, you know, but but these AEW fans, it's like the worst. It's like the smarkiest of the smarks. The whole fucking ROH New Japan crowd on fucking steroids. Yeah. You know, the kind of guys who think Dean Malenko should have been pushed instead of Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Guys like this, these are the fucking fans of this show, let's say. And these are the guys causing all the fucking problems. They're nuts, Jerry. They're fucking nuts. Like the Darby Allin guy, he had a match with Cody Rhodes. Suddenly, he's the next big thing. He's over. Fuck, he just had one match. Fuck. Orange Cassidy is over. He's a star. Fuck. Their fan base is a big otaku. Well, that's if you look at the crowd, that's the kind of guys that it is there. It's the kind of guys that it is. It's fucking 300-pound guys with giant beard, the majority of them, and they cheer like little girls for these wrestlers. Yeah. Like if you're a man in your 30s, yeah, who fucking lives his life, and would you really fucking bow down and cheer like a girl for a fucking 19-year-old guy like Sammy Guevara? Yeah. Like these guys, it's like they want to fucking give themselves, like a woman giving her virginity to a dude. Yeah. You know, these guys, they want to give their fucking themselves to fucking Darby Allin like that. Yeah. They want to give themselves to these guys. They don't even know these wrestlers. Oh, like they fucking, I see these men on Twitter. Oh, good for you, bro. You're so talented, bro. I'll be buying all your shirts, bro. I love you, man. And it's like an 18-year-old wrestler who's not even good, you see. Shouldn't a grown man, fucking be more, have more respect for themselves? Yeah? Instead of gushing over fucking wrestlers that aren't even good, for the love of God, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Jerry? Like, have more self-respect. Like Sammy Guevara's 19 years old, let's say. Imagine these dudes that are fucking 40 years old and they fucking fawn over these wrestlers like that. They're not even stars. Like me, when I watch WWE, there's certain wrestlers I like. I don't fucking cheer like a girl if a wrestler I like wins a match. I wouldn't write a fucking big thing to wrestlers on Twitter. Bro, you inspire me, bro. I fucking love you, bro. I wouldn't write that. I wouldn't do stuff like that. These are fucking people that are mental, who are in love. They're sexually in love with these wrestlers. A lot of them, yeah. When I see a 35-year-old guy with a big beard, 300 pounds, with the pride flag on his fucking Twitter, telling fucking Marco Stunt that he's the greatest of all time, I understand what's going on. It's because you want to fuck Marco Stunt. That's the problem. Right? So don't tell me that Marco Stunt or somebody like this is an awesome star that's over just because you want to fuck him. You know what I mean? Just because you want to fuck Orange Cassidy doesn't mean he's over for real. The fuck. You know what I mean? They're not over, these guys. They're not. Right? Roman Reigns, people know Roman Reigns, and even he's not completely over Roman yet. See?
Yeah, he's yet to hit the Cena level, but I would say he's better than Cena personally for me already. I just hate John Cena, but that's because I'm biased in that way. But I don't think he's reached the Cena level yet, but he
hasn't reached his full plateau yet. You know what I mean? Guys, when people used to say wrestlers were over, they were talking wrestlers that were over for real, not just over with 300 fucking children that want to jack off to Kenny Omega. They're talking about real fucking facts, being over for real. Fuck.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm just going to type this in, AEW, right? I'll take a look. Let me see. I'm going to try and find some of these Twitters. Let me see. This is literally, this guy wrote here, everyone believes that what is best for AEW is Eddie Kingston beating Moxley for the title. While true as hell, I think it's better for the company for Darby Allin to beat Cody Rhodes. So already they want this fucking fat asshole from New York City to win the world championship. Right. I'm telling you right now, if Eddie Kingston wins the world title, your ratings will plummet. They will plummet, and I hope he wins. So it plummets. So and maybe that'll teach Cody Rhodes and Tony Khan to listen to these idiots.
So they made the mistake of catering to these guys. Yeah. So these guys, that's the thing. WWE doesn't listen to the fans. AEW is going to give us everything we want. Yeah. That's what these fans claim. That's what they think. This company is going to save all the wrestlers. Like I said, when you were gone earlier, at some point, AEW is going to release a bunch of wrestlers. They're going to do the kind of stuff that McMahon does because it's a business. He's going to have to release some guys. Not every guy is going to be able to get pushed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so these fans, they feel very entitled. They feel special. They feel that AEW is working for them. Yeah. And a lot of them want Eddie Kingston to win. You know what I mean?
I'll show you here, right here, very quickly here.
They have some of the dumbest, fucked up opinions, these fans, straight up. Some of the worst opinions.
Already, you see the flag, we see all this. Your captions are fucked up again on BR Live. Once again, you got the flag, you got Anime Gamer. When does the pay-per-view start, Anime Gamer?
It's all that anime guys, Japanese lovers, the smarkest of the smarks, guys who want the fucking, I don't know.
Gifts. Like, this is the thing I hate with wrestling fans, and I want to make it very perfectly clear. If you respond to an opinion by a GIF, you're a fucking idiot. I cannot stand. I don't know why people are doing this. He's giving his predictions. I want to show the one there. There was one there where I seen about the Eddie Kingston stuff.
There's a tab. Just put Eddie Kingston and then do latest. You're gonna see all the stuff about how Eddie Kingston is the king of the world, and Twitter smarks are the worst. But that's where a lot of the opinion is produced by Dave Meltzer and Twitter.
The video intro is exactly what AEW's been lacking, and what a welcome addition it is. Instantly so hyped for these matches and invested in the build that's gone to them. How incredible has Eddie Kingston work been leading into this? It's not, Chris Kelly. You fucking idiot. It's not. These people are idiots. I really, really hope Eddie Kingston wins tonight.
All right. That's
Everyone
what
believes
you were reading. Yeah.
I think it would be better if the company of Darby Allin beats Cody. Unfortunately, I don't see this happening. See, they're turning on Cody Rhodes a little bit, I've noticed as well.
They're turning on Moxley, too, for Eddie Kingston. They all, oh, Mox, I love you, Mox.
Look, already making Adam. Look at this.
Everywhere, that's what it was for a full year. Max, I love Max. And now because Eddie Kingston cuts a promo on the cookie, you're turning on Mox and you want this guy to win. A guy that's not a star at all. Look at him. Anyway, it's cringy, these things. It's cringy stuff. Yeah.
Look at this anime picture.
What do you see down there from Jackie? Boom, period. What's that talking about? Boom period in wrestling starts tonight if Eddie Kingston wins. You see, when people talk about boom period, they talk about Attitude Era. They talk about the Hogan era. This person, I don't want to insult too much people's names, this person is claiming there's going to be a wrestling boom if Eddie Kingston wins. This is mental logic. If Eddie wins, I will celebrate more vigorously, what's that word, than when I found out Biden won. My money is on Eddie. Eddie Kingston for champs. Said they want that. Yeah. I'm going to have to head here, Jer. I got to deal with some laundry stuff there, but...
All right, no bar.
These fans are fucking insane there, you know what I mean?
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this. Honestly, this was only going to be 30 minutes, but we've got an hour and 30 minutes there, so it is. So we might actually clip some of the videos on this and re-upload it maybe tomorrow. But guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. right now. WJ, any final things to say before you go?
Well, we're probably going to talk about the show tomorrow, or
Yeah.
I ain't fucking paying $50.
No.
If we just talk about the results, we'll talk about the results. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll try to watch it, but if not, we'll at least have a show talking about the results. We'll see if indeed Eddie Kingston is going to win, which I really hope they have more sense than that. But that's what a lot of their fans want. They want this guy to be the champ. These guys don't know what wrestling should be treated like. They don't know what it should be. They're mental. I'm not saying I know what wrestling is, like if I'm an expert, but like it shouldn't be Eddie Kingston, the world champ. That's just mental. That's not how a real big time wrestling company should be treated. That's more like your fucking local indie fed should be, but not a big fed on TNT, but it is what it is.
So I just want to personally thank everyone for subscribing. Guys, also, if you comment below, not on the chat, but in the comment below, after this video's up and all that there, like as soon as it's up, we can actually boost the viewership for this. So we do, as me and WJ said before, we want to take this very seriously, this group channel. The reaction has been absolutely amazing. So if you comment below, like not just in the chat, but comment below and do a few comments and like the video, then it actually boosts the video up and we can actually beat some of these idiots that have been taking over the YouTube stratosphere. So the power's in your hands, guys. The power's
Spread
in your hands.
the word, guys. Spread
it, guys. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. WJ, any shout outs or anything like that there you want to give her?
Oh, big thanks to the people that were watching in the chat there. Big shout out to everybody there. Fuck.
Shout out to Charlie Wolfkill there. Charlie was commenting away there all the entire show there as well. And we just want to personally thank you guys for your support. Obviously, this is something brand new we haven't done. It's been ages since I've done a group channel, really. It feels like the Enterina days when I was on ETA there. So, but it is really, really good to be a part of a group channel again and obviously uploading regularly. So, but WJ, I want to thank you for joining as well. And also subscribe as well, like the video, comment below, because that boosts the algorithm up. The way the algorithm is very, very weird, and stuff like that. But thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with our AEW Full Gear review. Thank you. WJ, you want to sign us out?
Until next time, peace out.